Welcome to Slow Collective. I'm outside here in the beautiful city of Gilbert, Arizona, and it's a nice day. 76, February 28th. So a lovely day by all standards. But I just got out of a webinar meeting because, as you all may know or may not know, I'm in the Central Arizona Cactus and Succulent Society here in lovely Phoenix, Arizona. It was a great meeting. I last year was listening to a book called The Cactus Hunters by Jared Margulies. And it was just, I was on Spotify, just newly started CYLTE. They like were on, stickers are out, getting things set up. Just started CYLTE, and so I was looking to gain more information on the just cacti in general. And I thought the Cactus Hunters was going to be about learning about cacti, but not in the sense of like, oh, a saguaro can live 200 years and they grow an arm every 50 years. Like that did not happen. What did happen was I learned about cactus poaching. And so if you're interested in learning about cactus poaching, cactus and succulent poaching, why people do it, where it's happening, all that good stuff, check out the Cactus Hunters. You can find it on Amazon. There's an audio book. I think it's on definitely on Spotify, and it might be on Kindle or Amazon. What is it called? Audible. Audible. That's Amazon's version. Meeting was really cool. It was really cool because listen to basically I think 90% of the book. I still got I think a chapter to finish, maybe. But it was the equivalent of like if you're a basketball player, you're getting a chance to talk to LeBron, or who's popular right now? Anthony Edwards, like some type of NBA player who, for all intents and purposes, for me, is a star in the niche. And so seeing him there was like super, super dope. And then so again, it's a webinar, so it was a Zoom meeting, and you can ask questions throughout. And I saved my questions for the end. I let Jerry get his things out. You know, talk about what he needs to talk about, kind of expressing things that happened in the book. And he was kind of informing people about it. And at the end, I asked him a few questions. So one of the questions that I asked Jared was, and I chatted it. I didn't go in there and ask like, oh, verbally, but I said, was there anything you left out of the book that you wish you could have included? And he said there was a ton of things that he left out of the book that he wished he could have put in there, but because the book was released around COVID times, or when he was doing his research, it was around COVID times. He couldn't include everything he wanted to. The thing he wished he would have included in the book was the perspective from the local communities. So again, if you don't know, there's these cactus poachers, hunters. They come across all over the world. Go to Mexico, go find some cacti, pick them up like out of the ground with a pin or their hand, well, not their hands, but like a pin or some tweezers or tongs, and then they put them in their whatever carry-ons, and they go back. There's people, all kinds of Europeans that are coming over to the Southwest Sonoran Desert. They're coming to the Atacama Desert down in like Chile, Brazilian deserts, Mexican deserts, American deserts. South Africa is happening in South Africa. Really unfortunate. And again, there's this two schools of thought where it's like, okay, if there's only so few left in the wild and climate change is leading to their demise, then it would make sense that I would go and take this cactus and try to save it, before the whole species just gets wiped out. So they come to Mexico, pick the cactus up, take it away, and they're saving it, or they'll take the seeds and they'll go and they'll save it. Or so there's people that are trying to play Robin Hood. Yes, it's illegal, but they're doing it because they're trying to protect the species from climate change. So they take it and put it in a more controlled environment. Honestly, there's more schools of thought than that, because then you have people who are doing it illegally for money and drugs, like I was talking about in one of my YouTube lives, where these two guys were going out into Saguaro National Park or like around the areas of Tucson to collect saguaros or collect baby hedgehogs, pineapple cacti. take them and sell them for hundreds of dollars for drugs like methamphetamines or whatnot. And then you have people who are actually like trying to conserve the species, and so they're trying to lobby for different laws and fines to protect cacti, or at least discourage people from taking the cacti out of the ground and going somewhere else. So yeah, that's something he wish he could have included, was the perspective of the communities, the viewpoint from people who have cared for these plants. You know, these cacti, these succulents, they're here. They've been here way before the internet even existed, way before Black people came over here, white people, Hispanics. Like there was native people here, and the Tohono O'odham. I don't know if I'm saying that right. If I'm saying that wrong, please correct me. And other like the Hohokams, like these people regarded the cacti as they revered them, they respected them, and that respect led to them being here. If they didn't respect them like that, probably wouldn't see cacti. But they're also an important part for the environment. So as soon as you start lowering the amount of respect that these species deserve, that leads to their demise. Yeah, from a community standpoint, these, I mean, you can call them colonizers. It's like it's the same thing where like, you know, Europeans or people from outside or inside are coming to a location, taking things and going away with it. You know, that's a practice that's still being done, unfortunately, just in different ways. And then another question that I posted in the chat was, oh, did I like, oh, I think the question that I asked, I think I hit Command X and then put it and then put it in the Zoom chat. So that's interesting. Anyway, the question that I asked was, it was mentioned, like you mentioned in the webinar, the poaching problem is getting worse, you know? And my question was, is social media to blame for the problem getting worse? And social media had existed 100 years ago. Would there have been increased poachings, or would it have discouraged more poachings for cacti? And he mentioned it was a good question. And he did say like the internet has changed the game. When you spread the awareness for caring for these different cacti, it can bring unwanted attention, wanted attention and unwanted attention. Plant taking can be profitable for local communities. He mentioned how South Africa right now is a hotbed for poaching, and there's these people, they'll sell them for money, they will make a profit off of it, but they might get caught. So that they get caught, they end up doing jail time in like a South African prison, which he said is not good. It's not a good place to be. I mean, prison in general is not a good place to be unless you're in like Norway. So he was saying we can't think about ecological conservation without thinking about the social impacts that it has. So when you put these fines in place, it's like, who are you really harming? The local community may just be trying to make a buck so they can feed their family, and it might become the main way of making a profit at the expense of the environment. And so you set up laws to like, you know, bring the hammer down, and you do, but now, I mean, they're in poverty and they're doing jail time, and not the real crooks, the real people who are really pulling the strings. They're not seeing anything, you know? So it's like you just kind of go after a bunch of little fish, but you're not really getting the big fish. What can we do, right? What can we do? My fiance was like, we need a cactus police, which there kind of is ish, but really the only thing you can do is, one, if you see plants, don't buy the plants internationally online, and honestly, don't even buy. Just kind of stay away from online marketplaces in general. He showed us a picture of this one plant being sold for like $350, and it was not even in good shape. Looked like it had been bleached and whatnot. Yeah, so stay away from buying plants on any online marketplaces, or seeds too, because seeds can be another hotbed, taking seeds. But those are some things I wanted to share. It was really cool getting to hear from Jared again. This is the first time I've ever read a book and then the author, I got to listen to him and ask the author questions. That's like, what? Blew my mind. That was the dopest thing ever. And I was like, I gotta ask him some questions. I gotta ask him some questions for sure. If Jared ever sees this, yo, thanks for talking to our Cactus and Succulent Society all the way out here in central Arizona. He's a part of one in Britain, like the British Cactus and Succulent Society. Is that what it's called? Yeah, there's like a British Cactus and Succulent Society. There's so many around the world. I'll probably have to make another video going over in more detail the other things that were included in the webinar. I just wanted to while it was fresh. This is my sabbatical. I'm not even supposed to be recording any videos today for SILT, but I had to make an exception because this happened and it doesn't happen that often. As always, guys, what is it? Stay curious. Curious? Oh yeah. As always, guys, stay consistent, stay curious, stay courageous, and I'll see y'all out there.